He's got a bow and arrow, and somehow still thinks he's useful in a war with aliens. Wait, who am I talking about? Think you know every Marvel character? Let's put that confidence to the test. Rules are simple. I give you a savage roast, you guess the character. Comment your guesses, brag if you're right, cry if you're wrong. Ready? Can alter reality and destroy worlds, but couldn't control her own sitcom fantasy. Scarlet Witch. Emotional damage but make it magical. Teenage superhero juggling school, crime fighting, and a never-ending stream of uncle-related trauma. Spider-Man. Friendly neighborhood burnout in progress. Reads minds, builds a school, and still has no idea when people betray him. Professor X. Maybe try checking your inbox, Charles. Mad Titan who solved overpopulation with space genocide. Thanos. Snapped away half the universe instead of funding education. God of mischief with zero plan and infinite charm. Loki. Fails upward with style, but at least he's handsome and know how to wear a cloak. Can disappear at will. Something she probably learned from being ignored by the men on her team. Invisible Woman. Force fields and patience, her two greatest powers. Eats planets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Galactus. The original hangry space god who just needs a Snickers the size of Jupiter. Billionaire genius with a suit of armor and the emotional range of a coffee table. Iron Man. Solves every problem by building something expensive or blowing it up, usually both. God who solves most problems by throwing a magic hammer and calling it diplomacy. Thor talks like Shakespeare and mostly just smashing things. Metal-bending warlord with the subtlety of a sledgehammer and the patience of a toddler. Magneto wants mutant peace through maximum destruction. Telepath, telekinetic, time bomb, dies every trilogy like it's a hobby. Jean Grey, basically Marvel's version of she's not like other girls, because she's literally a planet-level threat. Guy with a bow and arrows, fighting aliens, gods, and robots. Hawkeye, truly inspiring how underqualified confidence can carry you this far. AI with unlimited power and no social skills. Got taken out by his own girlfriend's grief. Vision, advanced technology, zero survival instincts. Immortal claws and animal instincts, paired with the emotional depth of a brooding teen. Wolverine, healing factor, yes, emotional healing, still pending. First mutant ever, thinks he's superior because he's old. Apocalypse, grandpa energy, just with world domination. Flies, flames, flirts. Basically a fireball with an ego problem. Human Torch, hot-headed in every possible way, including bad decisions. Genius billionaire sorcerer dictator, wears a metal mask to hide his face. Dr. Doom, the fact that he's just really salty Reed Richards was smarter in school. Tentacle-armed genius who uses his brain for crime instead of literally anything helpful. Dr. Octopus, maybe try building a better society instead of breaking bridges. Demon face, angel heart, teleports in, quotes Bible verses, vanishes. Nightcrawler, the most polite threat you'll ever meet. Can be anyone, but always chooses to be a problem. Fashionably toxic. Mystique identity crisis? Nah, she thrives in chaos. The walking American flag with the power of patriotism and protein powder. Captain America. Woke up from a 70-year nap and still managed to lecture everyone about morals. Telepathic diamond queen of shade. Emma Frost. Dresses like a runway model and judges like your ex's mom. Weather queen with thunderous entrances. Storm. Could solve any problem with lightning but chooses dramatic silence instead. Galactic powerhouse who's too busy being cosmic to answer Earth's calls. Captain Marvel. Shows up once every movie, just in time to steal the spotlight. DNA-obsessed scientist with Dracula's wardrobe and a flair for drama. Mr. Sinister. Every sentence sounds like it belongs in a Shakespearean goth diary. Unstoppable force of pure dumb. Once he starts running, nothing can stop him, including the plot. Juggernaut, Basically a living bulldozer with no brakes or thoughts. Merc with a mouth. Fourth wall's worst enemy. No filter, no shame, no chill. Deadpool. The only character who knows he's in a movie and makes you wish he wasn't sometimes. Metal man with the heart of a poet. Colossus. Can punch through tanks but mostly used for lifting heavy things and quiet emotional support. Guy with the power to freeze anything, except his own emotional maturity. Iceman. Turns everything to ice, including every conversation he tries to make interesting. Half genius, half gorilla, fully incapable of solving problems without growling at them first. Beast. The only guy who can debate quantum physics and still shed fur on your couch. Shiny cosmic emo riding a space surfboard. Silver Surfer. Works for a giant space monster because apparently freelancing is rough even in the universe. A rock with feelings. Yells it's clobberin' time like he's stuck in a 90s cereal commercial. The Thing. Strong enough to lift a car, sad enough to cry under it. Neurosurgeon turned wizard with a Wi-Fi cape and a superiority complex bigger than his ego. Doctor Strange, the only man who thinks time is a suggestion. Ex-con who can shrink, grow, and crack jokes. Ant-Man. Proof that saving the universe requires a master's degree in sarcasm and poor timing. Stretches his body but somehow can't stretch his emotional awareness. Mr. Fantastic. World's smartest man, still can't hold a stable relationship or raise a normal kid. Laser eyes and zero personality. Cyclops, born to lead, just don't ask anyone to actually follow him. Saving the world in a cat suit while babysitting superhumans who can't follow orders. Black Widow, the only Avenger without superpowers who still manages to be more competent than half the team. Alien goo that just wants a hug and a host body. Venom, morality flexible, teeth not so much. Scientist with anger issues, turns into a giant green rage monster when provoked. Hulk, the only Avenger who solves problems with violence and considers grammar optional. AI born from 5 minutes on the internet, reads one comment section, and decides humanity isn't worth the bandwidth. Ultron, the ultimate peacekeeper who thought the best way to save humanity was to delete it entirely. Half human, half celestial, full-time man-child with a Walkman. Star-Lord. Saved the galaxy once, then nearly ruined everything with his feelings again. Has a secret utopia and still hangs out with the Avengers. Charity work, clearly. Black Panther. The only hero who makes royalty look like a side gig. Ran fast, talked fast, died fast. Quicksilver. Blink and you missed his entire Marvel career. Shrinks, flies, stings. Still spends half her time babysitting Ant-Man. Wasp. Smarter, cooler, and more competent than Ant-Man, and still somehow got second billing in her own movie. Genetically modified trash panda with anger issues and a love for explosives. Rocket Raccoon. Probably needs therapy but would rather build a bomb. One body, several personalities, and a bedtime story from a bird god. Chaos in a cape. Moon Knight. Dresses like a mummy, hits like a truck. One eye, infinite secrets. Somehow always 5 steps ahead, unless he's pretending not to be. Dick Fury. Doesn't have superpowers, just unlimited access and unlimited attitude. Says 3 words, gets more emotional range than most actors. Groot. Currently in baby, teen, or buff mode, depending on toy sales. Green, mean, and always 5 seconds from stabbing someone, usually for a good reason. Gamora, adopted by Thanos, escaped with trauma and killer abs. The power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, and the emotional stability of a wet paper towel. Sentry, Marvel's strongest hero unless he forgets which personality is driving. Half human, half Atlantean, full-time drama queen in a Speedo. Namor, thinks he's better than everyone because he can swim and brood at the same time. He's not a superhero. He's a one-man revenge tour with a skull logo and unlimited bullets. The Punisher solves every problem with violence. Therapy who? Exploding playing cards, a trench coat, and enough charm to flirt with a brick wall. Gambit. Basically, if Vegas in a French accent had a baby and gave it abs. Wears the spikiest crown in the 9 realms and kills people like it's a fashion statement. Hela. She kills everything and somehow still makes it look stylish. Made of sand, but gets crushed more times than a beach chair at spring break. Sandman. Still thinks he's a threat though. Part ninja, part mind reader, full-time glow stick. Silaka. Can slice your brain and your ego at the same time, fashionably. Sold his soul for a motorcycle stunt and now punishes sinners with a flaming stare. Ghost Rider. Basically a haunted Hot Wheels with daddy issues.